Jeff, what's up, big dog?
Hey,
Hey,
you need to stop playing with your food.
what you think, man? Was the 9 rings modest, or you think it would have been more?
No. I mean, I think that was being modest and not going overboard. You know what I'm saying? Not rubbing it in their face too much. But I mean, it could. It could have been so much worse though. Like you had it in parameters where you were holding it to mirror as closely as you could what that fraud did, right? Like you were mirroring that type of thing.
Yeah,
So that part was on that. So you kept it kind of honest. But it's like if he said that, like literally would have had the pick of the litter, like whenever he wanted. If he could do that, man, stop. It's not even the dude had in 4 of his championships. He only had one other teammate that was an all-star that year, and they were all Scottie Pippen.
yep. And he got older.
First
He got
time,
older every year, didn't he?
yep. And guess which team is the oldest NBA champion in the history of the NBA? 98 Bulls.
Sheesh. I know what was
So
Jordan was
I mean,
35. Pippen was what,
he was
32,
30. He was 30. Yeah, it's like 32,
and Robin was what, like
he was
37.
37.
Yeah,
Right. And you're looking at and basically Pippen was a decoy.
yeah,
So because he was injured, he was hurt, and he did all he could. He toughed it out. Great, but let's not pretend like this is not like. I mean, it's funny we're doing this, and World Breaker. I don't know. He need to take some cookies out of the oven or something. He talked like he got an apron on or something. But
Jeff. The reason why I really wanted to do this because like we say that it's diabolical that he did that team hopping and was able to handpick and reshuffle the deck and all that stuff, man. But when we say it, you got to get a good visual of it, what he really did, and you
right,
gotta put somebody else in those shoes and say, if this
right,
guy did
exactly.
this,
I mean,
this is what it would
literally, you
look
could have
like.
put a whole bunch of people. You could have put a whole bunch. You could have put Patrick Ewing in that same mixer. You could
Correct.
have put like a number of dudes who didn't quite make it, but who didn't get over the hump. Had they had the opportunity to do that, it would have been the landscape would have been forget the Wild Wild West. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the idea that you're gonna sit up here and try to say that Rodman and Wallace, and you trying to say yes, Rodman is he's a one off. The Worm was a one off. You know what I mean? He was his tenacity, his way of doing things. But let's not forget this dude decided to go do WWE in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Talk about he need a break.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not pretend like these were the type of stuff that the stuff you had to deal with. And like you said, and it's great that you put this whole thing with Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson wasn't Phil Jackson at the beginning. Those of
No.
us who lived it, Phil Jackson was a great coach. No one ever said he was a scrub or anything like that. He was like he made timely calls. He did the right thing. But that was Tex Winter's offense. Everybody wants to say that's Phil Jackson. No, Tex Winter's the one who taught him that
Correct.
when they were on Doug Collins' staff.
Correct.
And he's the one who recognized the genius of it. And because Jerry the Krause recognized it, because he made sure that because Collins didn't want Tex Winter on the staff, he alienated him. It was give Jerry Krause his credit. He was the one who made sure Tex Winter was there, because he came from that baseball thing, so he was always looking for things. That was one. He meddled with stuff, and he caught on to something. He was right. That offense was perfect for keeping the ball moving. And that was the thing. Now you can't focus on Mike. Now you got to. He just needed one more joker to be a ride or die, and that was it. That was it. People can, and then really 1990 they should have won. I was there. They should have won 1990. They should have beat Detroit in 1990.
That was the migraine.
That was a migraine in the game 7. I mean, but if this was this, we all be drunk. That's all cool. But the point we're making is that Jordan, like you said, his heart did not pump Kool-Aid. It was nitro. And that dude did not, he didn't care about all this stuff that he was focused on winning. Like that was his focus and proving people wrong. because as we say now, he had no weaknesses. But if you go back to 1984, when they drafted him, highly athletic, not too great on shooting, not a great shooter. That was a thing on him. And then when he kept playing. What did they say? Well, he doesn't really play defense because they really weren't paying attention to his steals and his blocks from a shooting guard. And then he made it an emphasis. How are you gonna score 37.1, average 37.1, and lead the league in steals? And all they're gonna talk about is your offense, but shoot a total of 12 threes in the entire season.
Yeah, that's insane. So let me ask you this though, Jeff.
Yeah.
So if he did team hop like that, that means he would have played with Hakeem, Barkley, Byron Scott. He would have played with Sewell, Peyton, Dumars. He would have played with Garnett, Ewing, and then eventually LeBron James. That would have been his career path. Just realistically, how many rings and how many points do you think he scored in 20?
Okay, the points are going to be ridiculous. The points are going to be ridiculous, because if you think about it, you got Barkley and Olajuwon, you got both offense and defense in the low post. You cannot. So that means you're leaving him single. Dude, I'm sorry. We're going into the beating Magic if that's the point. If you're going to try to double him to stop him or whatever, so now he's just going to double down to Olajuwon or Barkley. So his assists are gone up too. Look, it's dream team type stuff. It's not even fair.
Yeah.
And I think, the whole thing is, for me, he would have been bored. Like his, you know what I'm saying? For him, it was like you were showing with the mountain, climbing the mountain. That was his thing. That was his meditation. The grind, getting through it, and going up against the challenge. Like you said, his idea was, Barkley's my friend, but I'm gonna crush him. Right? These are people. What old boy say? What the coach of the Knicks say? He befriends y'all to get y'all to take down your guard, and then he crushes you. And he's like, Jeff Van Gundy. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then what he did, he said, Oakley said, man, you need to stop talking, because now he's upset. And that was the thing. That's another thing. We ain't even got to the whole thing of all the revenge stories he's got.
Yeah.
People making up stuff to upset, act like he's upset, make up some stuff. This dude said, good game, Mike. What? And then you play him the next day and you crush, I'm gonna have what he had in the first half. And you miss it by 2 points. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and here's another thing. How many dunk contests did LaFlop participate in his 23 years of being on the wasting our time? Zero. But see, and here's people forget Jordan. Man, even that one when he got that one Chicago, was it 88? I thought Dominque won that. I watched it live. I thought Dominque won it. And I thought it was just some home cooking. Then later, when I saw that dunk later, I was like, okay, well, yeah, that is kind of artistic. I'll give you that. But even he came back and told Dominque, you should have won that. You should have won that. He said, I ain't gonna say it in public, but you should have won it. Yeah. But the point is, he competed. He lost to Dominque. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Correct.
He wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid to lose.
He got in the 3-point contest too, and embarrassed himself.
And embarrassed it. It was horrible. I think it's the worst ever. But he did it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's for the fans, and I think that's the other thing. He kept it for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Man, come on now. And who was that World Breaker talking about all this pressure and everything?
Yeah.
It's like, people don't understand how bad the Chicago Bulls were as a franchise before he got there. People now, they think, oh, the Chicago, man, I grew up in America, or as an American. I didn't know what the name of the Chicago NBA team was. I knew who the Bears were. I knew the Cubs and the White Sox. I'm being straight up. I did not know that they were the Chicago Bulls. Straight up, couldn't tell you because back then you got regional stuff, and you only got the Sunday night game, the Sunday afternoon game, and that was normally the Lakers, the Sixers, or the Boston Celtics, and whoever they were playing.
Yeah.
So you weren't seeing the Kings or whatever. You weren't seeing stuff like that because if you weren't winning, if you weren't in it, you know what I'm saying, or you didn't live there, you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But now we know about it, just like we know about Nike.
For sure.
And everything else.
For sure.
And what is the common denominator and all that? Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
There you go. Well, I appreciate it, Jeff. I'm gonna get 2 more calls in before I move to the last topic, man. I appreciate the call, Jeff.
You got it, brother.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one.
All right, T-Bert, you up, man? Call back, T-Bert. And who was that said they should call in? Was that T-Bird, my dog. What's good, man? Shut YouTube off in the background. What's up, big dog?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I cut it off. What's going on?
I'm good, man.
How you making out?
I'm good.
All right, let's get the people what they want. Right?
All right. First of all, did you watch from the beginning?
No, I've been here since World Breaker.
Okay. So you ain't see when I was doing my hypothetical. You got to go back and watch it. It was pretty funny. But go ahead. What you got?
For sure. You know, I don't trash other callers, none of that stuff. You know, that ain't my style. It's OGs. We got to keep it real. But it's our job to school the younger generation, Mel. And it's like my suggestion to people with this fake LeBron and Jordan fake debate. If you didn't see Jordan play, how do you say somebody's better than him?
That's a good question.
Like, stop it. Absolutely stop it. Like, so it's like, and then like, you know, I give World Breaker his props. You know, he a supporter, you know, a good dude. So I'll never say nothing negative about anybody. I'll just give advice, right? So World Breaker said, let me give him some facts. He said, oh, it was different competition. Jordan and LeBron faced different competition. All right, well, let's do the research. Jordan played against 37 Hall of Famers. 37 Hall of Famers. And keep in mind, when I did the count, I did not count Kobe. I didn't count Kevin Garnett, and I didn't count Allen Iverson because they didn't catch Mike in the Supreme Prom. They caught him at the end. So I didn't even count them 3. If you count them 3, that's 40 Hall of Famers, but I didn't count them 3, right? So to say anything about Mike's competition, he played against 37 Hall of Famers. Like, what more needs to be said about Jordan's competition?
Nothing. Not for the people who watched who he was playing against. I mean, teams was evenly matched back then. There wasn't like a team that was stacked or overloaded. Every team had their superstar with a co-star that was either all-star level or all-star, right? You know what I mean? Some superstar, the only difference was some superstars wasn't created equal. That you know, if Karl Malone was your superstar and he was going against Jordan, they're both very good, but Jordan is Jordan. If Barkley was your superstar, going against Jordan is a little bit of difference there. Now, when you go to the co-stars, you got KJ, co-star for Barkley. You got Stockton, co-star for Malone. You got Pippen, co-star for Jordan. You know, everybody had that thing. Now, the difference for a player like Reggie Miller, he didn't really have, well, Rich Smith was his co-star, but it was like they both were beneath Jordan and Pippen. Like, I think Pippen was,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you got stuff like that, but everything was evenly matched. You know, you had one guy that was the man, and you had his helper with role players.
Absolutely. And that's exactly how it was. And it wasn't no team hopping and joining and all this other stuff. Because if you listen to Reggie Miller, during that time, he was, and he still is to me, one of the all-time greats. He had opportunity in his prime to get traded to the Knicks, and he declined it. And they might have beat the Bulls, right? And when they talk about like Jordan's team, like, and who he played against, like, I was there, I lived it. If you really look at Jordan's team, they wasn't a great team. What they didn't have like great individual players that can do all this, things that they can do now. But what made them great, it was the defense. They all gave maximum effort. If you go look at Steve Kerr, who came off the bench, he came in and gave maximum hustle and effort, and he shot a high percentage from the three, and he knocked down timely shots. It was their defense, and their greatest team was their second three-peat, right? What made them so great was it was their defense. They had a 6'6" point guard in Harp. They had Jordan at 6'6" at the 2. They had Pip at 6'7". All those long wingspans, you know what I mean? Then you got Rodman, one of the greatest defensive players of all time, top 2, top 3 in my head. And then you had Luke Longley, who's 7'3" or 7'4", whatever he was. They were long and they played great defense. But if you look at the individual talents, look at that great team. Hart wasn't Hart no more, right? He had double knee injuries and was a shell of himself, right?
Correct.
Because in his prime, he was easily a 25, 26, 27 a game scorer. He was the man on his team. But after his injuries and everything, he couldn't move or nothing like he could. So as an individual, he was just a really good defensive player. Then you had Jordan, but now you got Pippen. Pippen, for his career, averaged 19 points a game, all right? But Pippen was so versatile and do everything and was great on defense. Rodman didn't give you nothing on offense. And Luke Longley, he'll give you, like 8 to 10 points and 10 rebounds. This was not a great offensive team.
No.
They just make it simple. They just had Jordan. They had Jordan. That's why they were so great. The scores were a little low. They were in the finals. They were in like 90s. But Jordan would score a third plus more of the points. So it's not a lot of points to go around. And Jordan would score. Sometimes he would score 2/3 of the point. And let me move on to my next point. And if you look at the time, right? Look at the times where at the time it was a handful of players that played against LeBron, Kobe, and Mike. And if you don't want to listen to us who didn't play in the NBA, listen to who knows better than the players who played against all three of them. I'll name them. Chauncey Billups, Vince Carter, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Shaquille O'Neal. They all said Jordan was the best, Kobe was the second, and LeBron was the third. Yeah. So if you don't want to listen to us and you don't want to go research and watch YouTube and look at the old games, listen to the players who played at the highest levels, who played against all three, and just take their daggone word. Now, you do got some of these NBA players who signed by Clutch Sports and X, Y, and Z who will mislead you. But look at the real ones who played against them all. And they all say Jordan was 1, Kobe was 2, LeBron was 3, bro. Go ahead. You take it, Mel.
The same thing you said, I've probably said it a couple of times myself, man. I mean, there's no other way to really look at it. Like, MJ was the best we ever seen. That's why I was trying to explain the World Breaker. He was like, they had him in the GOAT debate before he had rings. No, they didn't. There was no such thing as a GOAT debate. They just all had a consensus that we've never seen someone this good before. And so that's what it was.
Let me add on to that. You're 100% right. And the first time I ever heard of the GOAT, it was with LL Cool J when he was battling cannabis.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And he put that tattoo of that mic on his arm, and the end of the reverse was like, with LL Cool J, greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. That's the first time you ever heard of the GOAT. And so now people listen to ESPN and they take their narratives and they just regurgitate them back. They come on your platform and try to hit you with, their talking points. Like, so they're saying that, Jordan was crowned the GOAT when he first came into the league. Wait a minute. I was there. Jordan was getting ridiculed and killed. Oh, he'll never win the championship. He's a ball hog. He don't play team ball, because at that time, the offense was pass, take the good shot. But your offense always ran through the big men. Your big men always led the teams in scoring. The big men always won the championships. Jordan came, was changing that narrative a little bit, and the media was absolutely destroying him. So they wasn't saying he was the GOAT when he first came in the league. He was getting killed. So he was under tremendous pressure, right? So let's stop saying this. And another thing, everybody want to talk about the longevity. Oh, LeBron's the GOAT. Longevity. It's funny, right? Kareem was considered, the best basketball player ever at one point, right?
Yep.
But if you know what they never used to justify him being the best basketball player of all time? Longevity. They never talked about longevity. It was his resume. The greatest collegiate basketball player ever, dominated in high school, came to the league and went against Wilt, who was the best basketball player of all time at that time. Their age difference was significant enough where Wilt was drastically declining and Kareem was on a rise, right? And he was getting the best of Wilt. I watched them games. No, I'm not old enough to have seen them, but I went back and did my homework and did my research. And then Kareem was running with the torch. And when Kareem retired, like for the longest, people were saying he was the best of all time, but they never used longevity. They never did it. It's only relevant now. Go ahead, take it, Mel.
That's all, man. That's it, man. I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get one more in here before I move to the next topic, man. I appreciate you, T-Bert.
All right, talk to you, bro.
All right, thank you. All right, I think it was one more person trying to call in. I seen somebody from Ohio. I seen it's Vancouver, Washington. This might be my dog. Caller from Washington. What's up, man? What's up?
What up, Mel? Your partner from Washington. How you been?
I'm good, man. I ain't heard from you in like a month, dog. What's up?
Man, it's been a minute. I was about to tell you, I got a new job and I'm coaching for my old high school basketball team too. So I just been dealing with that, just trying to get the kids right. I just been doing a lot of training with them, like 6 a.m. workouts, just trying to just get them right, work on the fundamentals. So I'm excited. The season's around the corner next week, so that's why I haven't been able to get on the live shows. But I've been watching the reruns though.
Well, so look, check this out. Here's the question: if Mike team hop the way LeBron did, and he was able to play 4 years with Hakeem and Barkley and Byron Scott, then he was able to play 4 years with C. Webb, Gary Payton, and Dumars. Then he was able to play with Garnett and Patrick Ewing. And then he was able to play a couple of years with LeBron. How many rings he getting? How many points is he scoring?
I mean, it's not. That's not fair to answer that because I caught a little bit of the hypotheticals, but like it's unfair to put Michael Jordan if he gets all those players. He has. I would give him just rough and answer probably around like 9 rings, and that's pretty nice. That's being generous. But would we also view him the same way if he did that as well?
We will view him like we would view LeBron, like a team hopper.
Yeah,
we wouldn't respect that. Yeah, we would not respect that. Kobe Bryant would be the GOAT.
Absolutely, probably. It would be Kobe. I even with all that though, we recognize he's still arguably would probably be one of the greatest of all time. Just like LeBron, with all the team hopping stuff he's done, in my eyes, I still think what I've seen from him, he's still a top 10 player of all time.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he still played the same. Like if he still played the way he played, got 9. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, I don't even know, man. Like, dang, man. Like, we respect. Like, it'd be tough, dog. It'd be tough to see the best player we've ever seen, but he team hop. Like, that'd be tough to deal with mentally, dog.
Right. It's just not the same. And then he probably want to get the same. You just want to get the same love when all the players, you're not just competing against each other. That's what makes basketball.
Correct.
Just sports in general. You want to see the best players compete against each other. Yeah. That's what we want to see all the time. When we watch marquee games or anything, you want to see the best players go out and compete.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to go and talk about was when people, I believe his name was World Breaker. I think he was mentioning not only him. I think I heard it with Alonzo Ball too as well. I hear a lot of times if you just flip LeBron James and with Michael Jordan, or if LeBron had Phil Jackson, in my opinion, I don't think it works as well because Phil Jackson runs the triangle offense, and LeBron James, that's not his skill set to fit the triangle offense when they play. The triangle offense is meant for you to get the ball out of the best player's hands. It's meant for the other role players to get more involved. Correct. And LeBron James isn't that great of an all-ball or an off-ball player.
Correct.
Like, he's not great at running off screens. I would say his low post game has gotten better with time, but that's not his forte. Even another player that I said, or that I thought had a great post game, still didn't work out well with him when he tried to run the triangle was Melo. And I think Melo's game fits better for the triangle, but he still didn't fit well. So you have to be a phenomenal basketball player to get your numbers in that triangle offense, Correct. Like how Kobe and Mike were. Correct. So as great as LeBron is, I don't think he would be getting the same numbers, and I don't think his skill set would be for that offense, or he wouldn't flourish enough.
Yeah,
unless he worked on his game more.
And then the players around him, like, you know, Scottie Pippen being on a team with LeBron, Scottie would have been trade bait. They would have had to get a shooter. They would have had to get a shooter. They would have let Scottie Pippen walk so they can get some type of shooter in there. I mean, he probably would rather have Glenn Rice or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
So
a knockdown shooter.
Yeah. I mean, and, Phil would have to get fired for putting him in the triangle. So yes, seriously, if LeBron was in Michael Jordan's place, Phil wouldn't last long, just like David Blatt didn't last long. David Blatt came in with a system that he wanted to put LeBron and Kyrie in, and LeBron was like, I'm not having that. Get this dude up out of here. Get me somebody that's going to let me play Bron ball. So Phil would have got fired. Right? And Phil would have went right back to the CBA, just like David Blatt went back overseas. He would have never got a chance we would have never known about the triangle. You know, we would have never known what Phil Jackson could do. He would have got fired. Pippen would have got traded. LeBron would have been playing with Glenn Rice. LeBron would have been the point guard. And that's how it would have been.
Man, we already saw what Jordan did when he was playing before they got Phil Jackson. I believe it was a 20-game stretch that they had Mike. He had him play point guard, and he was averaging a triple-double, like 31, 11, and 10.
Yeah.
But they weren't winning games. They were losing. So you're going to get your numbers playing that way.
Yeah.
The ball's in your hand 24/7. You're going to obviously get your numbers, and you're a great basketball player.
Yeah.
But it's not a winning formula.
I agree. 100%.
But another thing I wanted to gripe on is when people talk about the expectations LeBron has right now compared to when Jordan was 40. If you look at their teammates, who on the Wizards team was a top 75 player teammate that Mike had compared to LeBron?
His best teammate with the Wizards was Stackhouse for 1 year and Rip Hamilton for 1 year.
Right, and I believe that was Rick's rookie year, correct?
It was definitely his rookie contract. I don't know if it was his rookie. It might have been his rookie year. But he wasn't ready yet though. Like Rip. Right.
It wasn't Rick Hamilton we know.
Yeah,
right?
he was looking like a bust. It took him some years to get acclimated to the game.
But that's also the thing. You have a lot of people right now saying LeBron James is arguably a top 10 to let alone like 15 players still in the league. And then you still give him great players. He still had an AD. Now you give him Luka and with AR. Michael Jordan didn't have those caliber of players, so you can't compare what LeBron had and what Michael Jordan had when he was on the Wizards. That's an unfair comparison when they say, well, look at what LeBron has and he has the expectations. It's not the same. You didn't give LeBron Mike a great second running mate with the Wizards to see what he could do.
Correct. I mean, we seen LeBron in LA at his advanced age without another superstar. His first year when he got there,
didn't make playoffs.
Yeah, he had to play with Lonzo Ball, and he didn't make it through the season. He got hurt. I think it was his groin, and then they didn't make the playoffs. Right. So if he would have stayed with a subpar roster in LA, it would have looked just like Michael Jordan Wizard years, but worse.
Absolutely. So, but that's the thing. I mean, right now, I think people just how the world works. It is everything tomorrow is supposed to be better than yesterday. They advertise the players right now all the athletes are supposed to be better right now than they are in the past, and that's just not true. With Michael Jordan, it's hard to beat Michael Jordan. Let's just be honest.
It is.
He has everything in the toolbook. Yeah, from mentality, from his scoring ability, from athleticism. It's just hard to beat that.
Nah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna move to the next topic, man. You the last caller, man. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, for sure. Take care, man.
All right. It sounds like it's raining outside. We don't get much rain out here in Cali.